I'm going to model for you how to divide using an area model. So we have 4,593 divided by 8. So first, we're going to look at 4,593. There are 4 place values, so I'm going to draw a large rectangular box, and I'm going to divide it into 4 sections. Now, I'm going to take 4,593 and break it up based on its place value. So the 4 is worth 4,000. So I will write 4,000 in the first box. The 5 is worth 500. The 9 is worth 90. And the 3 is worth 3. Then whatever I'm dividing by goes on the outside. So the 8 will go outside of the box. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to look at my first box and I'm going to cover up everything but the first digit. And I'm going to think about, can 8 go into 4? No, 8 doesn't go into 4. So then I uncover one digit. So now I have 40. Can 8 go into 40? Yes. 8 times 5 is 40. So I know that I'm going to go into 40 5 times. However, I have covered up 2 zeros. So I'm not only going to write 5 at the top, but I had 2 zeros covered up, so I'm going to add those to the top as well. Then I multiply 500 times 8. So 5 times 8 is 40, but I had 2 zeros, so I can't forget those 2 zeros. And then I write my 40, which it ended up being 4,000. So then I subtract. 4,000 minus 4,000 is 0. I have nothing left in the first box, so I can move on to the second box. I do the same thing. How many times can 8 go into 5? Oh, it can't. So I move on with another 0. So now I have 50. How many times can 8 go into 50? Well, I know that 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6 is 48. So that's the closest I can get is 8 times 6. Well, I covered up 1 0, so I've got to put that 0 back with the 6. So it's actually 60. So 60 times 8 is 480 because I did the 6 times 8 was 48 plus my 0 on the end. And then I subtract and I'm left with 20. Now I have 20 left over. I can't leave the 20 here. I've got to move the 20 up. Well, when I have 20 and I add it to 90, 90 plus 20 is 110. So now I'm going to put 8 into 110. So 8 can't go into 1. Can 8 go into 11? Yes, 8 can go into 11 one time, and I covered up 1 0. So 1 0. 10 times 8 is 80, and then I subtract. So when I subtract 110 minus 80, I'm left with 30. Now I can't leave this here. I've got to move it on up. So 30 plus 3 ends up being 33. Now 8 can't go into 3, but 8 can go into 33. So I know that 8 times 3 is 24, and 8 times 4 is 32. So 8 times 4 is as close as I can get. So 8 times 4 is 32. And now I subtract, and I'm left with 1. And I circle this because this is now my remainder. It's what's left over. Well, to find my answer, these 4 parts are going to help me find my answer. So I add 500 plus 60 plus 10 plus 4. So 60 plus 10 is equal to 70. 500 plus 70 plus 4 equals 574. And I can't forget my remainder of 1. So this is how you divide using an area model.